It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. And now here's your host, Geno Jones.
It is showtime. What's happening, everybody? The weekend is almost here. We call it Friday Eve, Thursday edition of the Geno Show. Now, my normal days for my new viewers, normally you will see the show live right here on the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel, Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Shout out to everybody on the East Coast Eastern Time from New York City. Shout out to the NYC, Brooklyn, Bronx, Harlem, Queens, Staten Island, Philly representing everybody at Charlotte, DC, stand up, Miami, Atlanta. 6:30 Central Time. Stand up Chicago, everybody from Minneapolis to Milwaukee to Memphis to Houston to Dallas. Shout out to Little Rock, Arkansas, Jackson, Mississippi. Big shout out to New Orleans. Live in Los Angeles and Las Vegas, everybody on the West Coast, 4:30 p.m. in the afternoon. So, like, share, and subscribe to the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. Now, programming note from the very top, no live show on this Friday, so everybody watching me live Thursday evening or Thursday afternoon out on the West Coast, it'll be the best of the Geno Jones Show. You can come here at 7:30 Central Time, 7:30 East Coast Time, or 6:30 Central Time, or 4:30 p.m. in the afternoon, or anytime, because the Geno Jones Show is always available 24/7. All my episodes right here on the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. But we do it live Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. But no live show tomorrow at 7:30. But we will be back live Monday evening, 7:30 p.m. Okay? The show is interactive. What does that mean? Yes, the show is interactive. That means everybody watching me live, I'd love to hear from you. You see where it says live chat right there. I'm just making a little adjustment, clicking on that button. Boom. So you see where it says live chat? So everybody watching me live, I know you guys are out there, so jump in my chat room. Just let me know who's watching. Say, hey, Geno, this is so-and-so. As a matter of fact, shout out, who won tickets? Vicky. So Vicky won tickets on my radio show to see Cat Williams. He is coming to Charleston, coming back to the, we have the Coliseum. Like a lot of cities, they have Coliseums. And he'll be back here Saturday, May 9th. So I've been giving away tickets on my radio show in the morning, the Geno Show, 10 a.m. until 3 Eastern Time. You can download the Star 99.7 app and listen to my radio show live anywhere on the planet. If they got internet and Wi-Fi that works, because we're having some problem with the internet and the day job, I digress. They can listen to the radio show live using that Star 99.7 app. All right, but in the meantime, so Vicky, if you're watching, shout out to you. As a matter of fact, jump in that chat room and everybody else watching me live, because I want to get your feedback tonight. All right, it's really interactive, but everybody watching me live, I want to hear from you. Are you as excited as I am to see the new Michael movie? The movie is out, and I hear it's also going to be in, like the IMAX theaters. You know, with the whole IMAX theme, it's going to be, it's being released in that format too. So I just found that out as I was listening to a conversation. Shout out to Antoine Fuqua, who is directing the movie. He's the brother that did all of so he did Training Day with Denzel, and he did all the Equalizer movies with Denzel Washington. Antoine Fuqua, incredible, talented brother, dynamite a director. So he's like, yes, it's going to be in like the IMAX format. So I got to check that out. That's going to be fire. I cannot wait. So the movie hits, and maybe depending on what city you're in, some theaters it might hit tonight at midnight, because officially tonight at midnight, whatever time zone you're on, midnight is Friday morning. So. But the movie is out officially on Friday. Are you as excited to see it as I am? Now, let me just say something, because there have been a lot of these so-called critics. Okay, I'm gonna say what's on my mind. I'm gonna say what I mean when I say. A lot of these critics that you see online or, newspaper with different newspapers, different platforms on TV are full of shit. So, fuck the critics. All right? That's just really how I feel. It doesn't matter because people are always going to complain. And the biggest complaint, well, it didn't cover his full life. It didn't talk about the whole controversy, with people, they was accused of Michael Jackson of messing with little boys and all that, the whole trial where they try to get him, Look, people are going to always find something to complain about. But basically, the movie's about Michael's journey, and the main thing that Michael is known for is for performing. But it kind of tells the journey about Michael's journey, little Michael Jackson. I think they pick it up when he's about 8. The relationship between him and Joseph. Michael called him Joseph. Michael was like really deadly afraid of Joseph because Joseph was old school. He didn't believe in sparing the rod. He's like, spare the rod, spoil the child. Joseph was whooping ass out here back in the day. And because he was a real old school cat. So the movie is going to depict the journey for little Michael Jackson, and then all the iconic moments as a performer to where when Michael wanted his freedom, and Michael wanted to establish himself as his own man, separate from Joe, because Joe was so controlling because he put the kids together. He was old school, disciplinarian. He really drove them hard, but from a professional standpoint, listen, the results don't lie. I mean, that drive, that discipline, that old school, hard ass, just wanting perfection, and it was a way out for him because he was a musician, and then he wanted to have, I guess, when he and Catherine started having children, he had to get a job. He worked at the steel mills in Gary, Indiana, which is not even an hour northeast of Chicago. Gary, Indiana is damn near a Chicago suburb. All the Chicago radio and TV media is in Gary, Indiana. Folks in Gary listen to all the Chicago radio stations, and all the Chicago local TV stations are in Gary. So, as a matter of fact, the tollway, east side of Chicago, you only have to take the tollway. You can just, the east side of Chicago, with the far east side of Chicago, well, it won't take you to Gary, but it's Indiana. I mean, there are certain streets on the far southeast side of Chicago. One side of the street is Chicago, and the other side of the street is Indiana. I think Hammond, East Chicago, right there. But literally, I mean, there's a street, like some main streets. One side is Illinois, is Chicago, and the other side is Indiana. So the point I'm trying to make is Gary's not that far. It's very, very close. It's, like I said, people in Chicago kind of sort of Gary. Oh, you live in Gary? Oh, but it's not a suburb, but it's that close. So I digress. So there's the journey about Michael as little Michael Jackson. That whole journey to when they left Motown, when the Jackson 5 left Motown, they had to leave the name the Jackson 5 because Motown owned the name the Jackson 5. So that's why it was the Jacksons when they went to CBS, and because Michael and the brothers wanted to produce and write their own music. They wanted to produce their own music and write their own songs. Michael definitely wanted to write his own songs. And then eventually Michael wanted his freedom. Shows when Michael wound up working with Quincy Jones, the Off the Wall album, which was the greatest album of that year that was snubbed by the Grammys. And that Grammy snub, is what propelled Michael's passion and energy to come out with Quincy and produce Thriller and shut it all down. I saw a documentary about Michael many times, and so the conversation between Michael Jackson and his mom, Catherine, and I hear, shout out to Nia Long, who plays Catherine Jackson. And I remember in the documentary, the documentarian talked about a conversation between Michael Jackson and Catherine, because Michael was really pissed that he didn't, Off the Wall didn't get any awards. Because by far it's one of the greatest albums. Some people, there's a credible conversation, or some would say argument, that between what's the best album between Thriller and Off the Wall. Now, some could make an argument from a pure R&B standpoint. Off the Wall was the better album. But I have to give Thriller the nod, because Thriller, it was a masterpiece. It was brilliant, because it was still R&B, but Michael was smart. He did songs like Beat It. He was very intentional. He knew he had songs that would really cover any format. But by then, even like the top 40 stations that didn't want to play Michael, because there were still some. As a matter of fact, BET didn't want to play Michael Jackson's videos. Like when Billie Jean first came out, MTV, they were not effing with Michael Jackson. And basically, the president of CBS, because Michael was on Epic Records, which was distributed by CBS Records, Columbia Broadcasting System. That's because it's holding up. CBS is screwed up, fucked up by the MAGA cult. I don't want to lose you and get distracted. So the head of CBS, which CBS Records, a guy named Walter Yetnikoff. You can Google this, or you can chat GPT, or you can Copilot, or whatever you use, Gemini, whatever AI or just search engine you use. So the head of CBS Records that distributed Epic Records, because Michael Jackson was signed, his deal was signed to Epic Records under the umbrella of CBS Records. But Epic Records was the label that was distributed by CBS. So Walter Yetnikoff basically went to New York, went to MTV. MTV's headquarters was in Midtown Manhattan. CBS Records, at the time, their headquarters was in Midtown Manhattan, in a building called Black Rock on 50, what was it, West 50, I think it was West 52nd Street. But it was in Midtown Manhattan. I've been to Black Rock way back in the late 80s. And so Walter Yetnikoff said, okay, if you don't play this Michael Jackson video, Beat It, then all of our, so they had Billy Joel, because like CBS had folks like Billy Joel and a lot of the big rock and roll artists. So basically, you don't play this black man, we pulling all these white rock superstars that MTV depends on to get viewers. We're snatching all of our videos off your video channel. Then Beat It started playing on MTV. And then once Thriller came out, Michael Jackson, as a matter of fact, you could make an argument like 83, 84, the MTV, the M stood for Michael Jackson TV. Michael had that much of an impact. That album, Thriller, had that much of an impact. Literally, it changed the course of popular music. Everything, it changed, because MTV was everything. It was new, and it was so popular, and they weren't trying to play any black artists. As a matter of fact, Michael was first. Michael opened the door for Prince and Rick James, and then later on they started playing like hip hop artists. Michael Jackson's album, Michael Jackson's Thriller album, and really Billie Jean was the first video they started playing. Changed the entire course of the music industry when it came to music videos. So you will see all of that journey, and then the movie kind of culminates when Michael Jackson did the Bad album. And the Bad album was basically when Michael Jackson said, Joseph, I love you. You're my father, but you can get the hell up out of here. I'm paraphrasing. I love you, Joseph, but you can fuck off. Get out of here. I'm Michael Jackson, and I decide who's going to manage me. So I think basically Michael fired Joe. He wasn't the first family member to fire Joe Jackson, but shout out to Joe. No shade to Joe, because Joe was a brilliant man, and he had so many people coming for his kids. He really he had a vision, and he was looking out for all of his sons. That is going to be shown in the movie from the standpoint he used the popularity of Thriller to bring the entire Jackson 5 back together for a tour. It made a lot of money, and it made money for all the brothers, including Michael. So Joe was trying to look out for the collective of all of his boys and reward them. But you could tell, because there's a scene in one of the trailers to where Michael was like, because they had this family meeting, and Joe said, well, you know, this is a great, I'm paraphrasing, take advantage of Michael's popularity with Thriller, and we're going to go out on tour, but I'm going to bring all you guys together with your brother, and we'll bring the Jacksons out. And it was the Victory Tour, and they had a sponsor with Pepsi, and then Don King was working with them. But Michael was really, in this one scene, he was like, oh, Joseph, I don't know if I'm ready for all that. So I can't wait to see that. So apparently the conflict between Joe Jackson and Michael. And then it also, from what I've seen, and then, because I saw an interview today, it had Nia Long, who plays Katherine Jackson. Shout out to Coleman Domingo, who's doing a great job playing Joe Jackson, just from looking at the trailers. And then you had, of course, Jafar, who is the star of this movie. Just looking at the trailers, I know Michael Jackson is Jafar's uncle. This is one of Jermaine's sons. But looking at the trailers of Jafar, him moving, because he obviously favors Michael. That's his uncle. But my God, when you see this young man dancing, oh my God, you talking about channeling. The way Denzel Washington became Malcolm X in that movie, as Spike Lee did, it should have got the best picture and the best director, and Denzel should have got the best actor. Jafar transforms into Michael, especially in the performance scenes. But it also shows the very special bond between Michael and Catherine, who early on, she saw that Michael was special. I think even there's a scene in one of the trailers, so you'll see it in the movie, where Catherine says to Michael, she says, Michael, you're different. So Catherine saw Michael's greatness at an early age when Michael was a little boy. But she understood, Michael was different in terms of temperament, and then the pressure that was on him, because here he is, he's the star. It's the Jackson 5, but this 8-year-old kid was the reason that people really wanted to see the Jackson 5. He was the engine. He was the leader. He was not quite the baby, because Randy is younger than Michael, but I don't even know if Marlon was even born yet. But if he was a little baby. But here you got, like baby brother, kid brother. And he's got his older brothers, but he is the star. And that pressure, that he had to live with that pressure. And Catherine understood it better than anybody. His mom understood it, and Catherine and Michael always had a very special bond. That I knew just from being in the industry, and just knowing people that was close to, Michael and the Jacksons. So I cannot wait to see this movie. For everybody that's watching now, like I said, if you want to jump in the chat room real quick and give me your take. Are you excited? Because Monday, I'll pick this up, and I really want to get your feedback. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do some video shorts, and put them up here on YouTube, and I'll also put them on some other platforms. I'll give you my take after I go see the movie, and I'll love to hear from you. So reach out to me, and I'm gonna work on getting some. Even though I do have a guest, I think. Do we have a guest? Oh yeah. Oh, I do. Well, no, I just thought about it. I got a special guest. Dr. Chris Jones is going to be my guest. So it'll be a great conversation to have with him. I'm so excited. And then he's running to be the first black member of Congress, black person to be a member of the United States Congress from the state of Arkansas. He's been on the show before. You've seen his campaign ad. You'll see it again. You'll be seeing a lot of it again starting Monday. So shout out to Dr. Chris Jones. So a rocket scientist, like a real, for real, like rocket scientist. You know, well, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. He is a rocket scientist. He's a man that's got a PhD. So he got a bachelor's from Morehouse, and he got 2 master's degrees and a PhD from MIT. Wow. I know. That just makes your head explode. But just a good brother. We might be related too. That's a whole nother conversation. We talked about that on the show. So that'll all be happening Monday. So Michael the movie comes out Friday. Some cities, it'll probably be released in theaters at midnight tonight, which midnight tonight officially, midnight Thursday night, actually midnight is Friday morning. So, but I will see it I may have to wait till Sunday, but that's okay. Because our hockey team is in the playoffs, which is why I'm not doing a live show on Friday, because we have 2 home games on Friday and Saturday. Let's go Rays, the South Carolina Stingrays. Let's go Rays. So, all right, listen, everybody, thank you. Shout out to everybody that watched this week. Man, incredible conversation. Shout out to Butch Kennedy with the Palmetto Hope Network and Men Against Domestic Violence. Tuesday was an incredible conversation. All my monologues, the monologues have been on fire. So if you missed any episode this week, go back and binge watch all of my episodes. Make it a Geno Jones Show binge watch weekend. Like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, become a sponsor of the Geno Jones Show. You can advertise here. Just be part of the Geno Jones Show family. I'd be honored to have you. And there are multiple ways you can support the show and my media company financially. So you want to be a sponsor or advertise, run some of your TV ads or digital ads. Shoot me an email. I'll give you all the sponsorship information. Geno Jones Show, that's how you spell it. My email address, all one word, GenoJonesShow@gmail.com. GenoJonesShow@gmail.com. Now, you can Zelle your financial support or you can Cash App it. Now, Zelle, how you want it, the contact, because usually it's a phone number or an email. So you can Zelle your financial support. No amount is too small or too large, whatever you have. Payday is Friday for some folks. Some folks it was last Friday. Some folks it'll be this Friday. It doesn't matter. Whatever financial support you offer to support Black-owned media and the vision of this show, 5.5 years now. Thank you. Whatever your support you offer, I thank God for you, and I say thank you and bless you. Now, so you can use Zelle to send your financial support. GenoJonesShow@gmail. You got that? That's for Zelle. Now you can Cash App if you want to send your financial support to my media company and this show via Cash App. $Dad G Jones. Once again, all one word. $capital D, lowercase AD, capital G J, lowercase ONES. $Dad G Jones. Shout out to Allie Jones, the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. Check her and her Lexi Jones collection out on Instagram, on IG, lx.ncl_lx.n like nobody, NC like Charlie, L like Lexi, lx.ncl. That's Allie Jones, the official wardrobe consultant and stylist. Like I said, check out her collection, her Lexi Jones collection. That's what I call it. And shout out to Markel Bailey, the birthday boy. Happy birthday, Kel. Man, nothing but love to your brother. His birthday is Saturday. Come on, Taurus. It's Taurus season, by the way. Come on, Taurus. Stand up. Stand tall, 10 toes down. Happy birthday, Kel. You know we love you. We appreciate you. The official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. You can check him out on Instagram on IG, Kel B Cutting Up, CEO of Designer Cuts, KELBECUTTINUP. I appreciate you, everybody. I love you. Love, real love. Real love is a verb. It's an action word. Show your love. Have a great weekend. Make sure you check out Michael, the movie, to shut these critics up. Like I said, fuck them. So we're gonna say fuck them by showing up and making sure that the numbers, the sales, the ticket sales for Michael breaks a record, because everything else that Michael did broke a record. So we can't let the brother down. All right. Shout out to the family, from Mother Jackson, from the Queen Mother, Catherine Jackson, to everybody from Jackie and Rebe and Latoya and Jermaine and Marlon and Randy and the baby girl Janet and all the nephews and nieces and the grandchildren and the great grandchildren. We lift you all up in prayer, because the bottom line, this is your brother, this is your son, Mother Jackson, this is your brother. To all the brothers and sisters, this was you all's uncle, and I know you miss him. And to Michael's children also, his 3 children, we lift you all up in prayer. We celebrate you and we stand with you, because Michael's music and his memory will be with us forever, for eternity. So I'm real excited about that. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you live Monday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. If you missed any of this episode, you can go back or just make it a Geno Jones Show binge watch weekend. Holler! Make sure you go see Michael, the movie.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.